get showcased.
Welcome everybody to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. In studio, I am Don Vega with the boss Chris Blackheart. We're back at it again in the studio. Great to be back, huh? Why are you looking over your back?
I'm only looking at you because I got a lot of mixed reviews this week.
I'm in an actual good mood today.
Yeah, well,
So
got a lot of questions. The
Yeah.
lighting is fantastic here, Danny.
yes, it is.
Fantastic. You paid the light bill. I do appreciate it, Danny.
Danny, what happened?
What happened last week?
Yeah.
Tell the people, man.
Yeah, I just got sick and quite some bug from work.
No. We understand he was sick last week. But what happened at March anniversary?
Well, that was a real.
Oh, March arrested. Oh man,
What happened,
that
Danny?
sucked.
Why?
I went in there, started throwing people out. Next thing,
You let some scumbags throw you over the top. They ganged up on you.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you let
It
this.
took a whole group of people to throw me out.
This.
Caught me off guard.
this
Were
is
they
what I'm saying.
wearing red shirts and orange shirts, or?
Not sure who it was. I was just throwing people out. All of a sudden, a bunch of people jumped on me, and next thing, I'm hitting the floor. So I'm like, what the hell? So,
All of a sudden,
yeah.
how does like a 320-pound man just you just
Just
fall
all of a
over?
sudden
All of a
fall
sudden,
over.
I'm not buying that, Danny. Do
Yeah,
you have a highlight reel with that?
I
or-
think some.
It's time for Danny to go take a plane ride again. Or a
No,
train
no.
ride.
He's not worthy for a train. You're going for the train.
Yeah.
So the March anniversary 19 begins.
Okay, so now. Next
Another
year.
year, man.
Next year, okay. All right, you started training already for that one, Daniel?
Yep.
All right, good. So what's been going on, Chris Blackheart, with you?
A
the
lot
last
of
couple
questions. I'm going to get into plugs really quick with you, all right?
weeks? The lights are on today. You're not in
The lights are on. I'm not doing a gimmick. I'm not a
You're
vampire.
not in the apartment
Just-
with the lights on.
I still laugh because, again, we've been doing quality podcast Thursdays. How long have we been doing this? A year and a half longer?
Yeah, about a year, over
Yeah.
a year, yeah.
You know, rain or shine,
Uh,
sickness.
We're in episode,
Yeah.
we're over the 80s,
Yep, almost 90, or 87, 88, something like that.
yeah, so.
Yeah, that's over a year and a half.
been
The
a
fact
while.
that we modify, I think that's pretty good for people.
Then we had some pilot episodes, so yeah, technically we were in the
And
90s.
we did
Yeah.
some bonuses in there, but
Yeah.
I got a couple questions for you because
Yeah.
you've been smiling since
can
March
a-
anniversary.
you can ask
You've been
questions.
happy since March anniversary. But you have events this weekend. You
Yes,
go
sir.
Powerhouse
Yes,
up
I
in
do,
Sturbridge,
yeah.
and I was told, watch out. Because just because it's not a showcase ring, well, technically it is a showcase ring, right? But I was told wherever you are, Alex Rating could be.
I'm not concerned about Alex Rated. I'm concerned about the Canadian monster Frankenstein
Yeah, well.
PCO that is coming for my title. He wants a hardcore match, and that's what he's gonna have. You know, it's easier said than done. I've seen everything he's done in the past. You know, whether it's the WWF, whether it's WCW, or now all throughout the Indies, all throughout basically the world. He's still going at it. His next stop is in Sturbridge, Mass. Come this Saturday night, and yeah, it could get bloody again. That's the only comparison to that and what happened to Alex Raiden. Pretty
All right, I'm
pretty
just-
fair
I'm just
answer.
telling you, I got-
If you want to go before Chris Blackheart keeps stirring the pot here, Daniel. If you
No,
want to
I'm
go,
not- I'm just telling the truth.
if you want to go to that promo with Austin Aries, let's play that.
I say new year, old me. Because the last few years, I've been on this journey trying to figure out who Austin Aries really is. Find my inner peace, find my zen. In the process of trying to find those things, I actually lost everything that makes Austin Aries great. I lost my edge. I lost my passion. I lost my competitiveness. So in 2025, it's not about finding myself. It's about reminding myself why I am a 5-time world champion, why I am considered one of the greatest professional wrestlers of my generation. And on March 29th, I come to Powerhouse Wrestling in Sternberg, Massachusetts. Now, it's been a while since I've been to the Northeast, so I look forward to reintroducing myself to anybody who might have forgotten what Austin Aries is all about. March 29th, Powerhouse Wrestling.
So there you have it, words from one Austin Aries. And before we get to Saturday night, March 29th at the Sturbridge Host, we get to the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena on the 28th, tomorrow night, for a very special seminar with Austin Aries. There are a few spots left. You can show up to the building tomorrow night at 6:30, and we're gonna get going around that time and be a part of that seminar, training seminar with Austin Aries before we get to the event on Saturday in Sturbridge. Chris Blackheart?
I like it. I like it for the fact that, I love, we post our events at various places on social media, and I love when people get in comments back. My question is, what aren't you going to learn from Austin Aries?
Well,
people are like, am I going to learn? And and they throw all this like crap out there, and I'm like, from all the stuff this guy has done, good, bad, or indifferent, if you like it or not, if you're not going there to absorb and learn, that's the problem. If you're not there, that's the problem. So if you're an aspiring, if you think about getting in the wrestling business, come on down.
Yeah.
If you're in the wrestling business for 1 day, 2 days, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, come down. You want to change your career. If you've been in this business for 28 years, you should be there. Because guess what? If you're not learning, that's the problem.
Yeah. So it's going to be a different type of seminar. It's going to get into in-depth of the ins and outs of the professional wrestling business. What does it take to maybe one day be a 5-time world champion like Austin was? And, definitely going to pick up some nuggets, definitely going to learn something. So if you want to invest in yourself and you want to learn, get down to the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. for that seminar. Chris Blackheart, we're leading towards, we're already in the springtime.
We are.
We're leading towards the month of April, and that brings us to April 5th when we're back again at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Arena in Woonsocket for Saturday night, Showcase Saturday night at 7:07 p.m. bell time for that card. And you already have signed a tag team title match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm going to give an update right now. The tag team known as 17 Jump Street, they had a bad week.
Oh, did they?
A very bad week over our friends up at Royal Crown Wrestling. Somebody almost cracked their head going over the top rope backwards, complaining that the rope snapped, which it didn't. It popped, which does happen, right? And then another member of 17 Jump Street hurt their ankle. So I don't even know in 2 weeks, I think they're ready to go.
Well, that's great news for Danny
No,
Cabral. If you're watching, if you're listening,
there,
Danny Cabral and his partner Sean Candido, which I believe eliminated Danny Cabral at the Gauntlet for the Gold.
And that's exactly why.
They should be paying attention, but he should be paying attention to Candido and vice versa.
Yep. And
I don't trust any of those
And
guys.
I can tell you how this couldn't have happened. If they were PG-13.
Well,
They listened to the advice of me going into my anniversary. They possibly could have won in being the tag team champions. They weren't worried about the crowd because I saw some of the footage before a crowd. Phenomenal house. Kudos to Jose and the crew over there. But you know what I saw? They were high-fiving the crowd, They were getting on. That was the problem. See, kids, I told you that was the problem.
Well,
PG-13. If you went down that road, you could have been champions. You both could have still be walking straight, right? And you would still have a title opportunity if you didn't do it on March anniversary.
so what you're saying is, if his partner is hurt, that means that D-Rex is going to be solo,
Well, no,
which means he could be in singles competition, which basically means he could be in a match with just Truly.
Well, no, I didn't say that. I would keep it as a handicap match.
What, you want me to slaughter both of them?
No, not you versus those two.
Oh, I'm just checking.
No, just I have Sean Candido.
I got this list going
Yeah,
of people
oh, wait a minute.
that might be great contenders
I'm just looking for my name, to be honest with you.
for
I'm not
our
looking for anyone else's name, so okay. I'm not so far. I'm not.
for our mission. We have a mission
Who do you
to
have a mission?
complete.
Who?
It's not a space mission.
Who is a mission?
Don't worry about it. When the time is right, you're gonna find out who's on that list.
What are you, Santa
You
Claus?
just made the list.
You made the list.
Are you Vega Claus?
Maybe, yeah. I'm bringing in gifts. You know, there's tons of gifts that could pop out of nowhere, Chris Blackheart. You saw one of my old gifts come back.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
There's several others that can appear, so
I didn't
we'll
like
find out who's gonna get it. On that note, the following event that we have coming up is April the 11th, back in the slum city of Taunton, Massachusetts, in front of the dweebs and the
Boy, how your attitude
idiots,
changes so quick, man.
I mean, that place, don't you smell it every time we go there? I mean, there's a Dollar Tree. We're not getting sponsorship here, but there is a dollar store down the street. They sell soap. It's usually $1.25. You know, grab yourself some deodorant.
Oh yeah, I mean some days
You know,
people are ripe and
something better than smelling like you came out of your local dumpster and
these are the same people that support you years after years.
I don't know what you're talking about, Chris Blackheart. So,
Well, with that being all right. So with that being said, grudge match yourself versus Alex Rated. If he doesn't get you in Woonsocket on the 5th, if he doesn't find you at Powerhouse this weekend,
he don't
or
want,
anywhere in between,
he doesn't want to do that. If he pulls that stunt come Powerhouse,
all right,
they're gonna carry him out and he'll never be seen again.
Right, well, we'll have to see it. So
So.
all the fans in this area, Sturbridge is about what, an hour and 10 minutes away, not very far. So if you think that Don Vega should get the shit kicked out of him from Alex Raiden before the showcase events, make the drive.
Like I'm just not concerned.
No,
about
I'm just saying.
I got a
Make the drive.
300-pound plus,
What, you have a lot in your
crazy individual that shouldn't be licensed to wrestle, coming for my title, and you think I'm worried about
I'm just
Alex
saying.
Raiden?
Well,
Did you see what I did to him
I
in
did.
Taunton?
Well, he's not cleared yet, at least for us.
He might be dragging his ass around the house all bandaged up, and I suggest he stays there.
On March anniversary, Don Vega went on the tear, man. Made Rainbow bloody, Alex Rated bloody.
No, Rambo's not bloody. Rambo's part of the new movement. You know, apparently Danny didn't see the end of the
Dan
night.
didn't see it because maybe he was crying because he didn't live up to the promises and dreams that he made anybody. Rambo was good. See the beauty shot of Rambo?
Yeah, he had a broken nose,
Yeah.
courtesy of some idiot,
That
some
is
big goof that's a choke artist.
That is
I
a-
mean, the people in New England should be used at choking at certain things, you know, kind of like football and other athletic encounters.
Oh, no, that is
But,
true.
you know, this big goof, Matt Thompson, he's had so many opportunities, Chris Blackheart.
He's had a couple.
Yeah,
And
quite a few.
I thought he was going to win, to be honest with you.
The idiot decides to come back down when I saw he almost pulled it off. He came this short.
That's pretty,
But
pretty accurate.
for somebody of his stature to be such a moron, it's quite impressive. And this is the problem, Chris Blackheart. This is why Rambo's a champion. This is why I'll soon to be the Sons of Liberty champion. And guess what I'm gonna do to that belt when I get it?
What?
I'll let you know when the time is right.
Sons of Liberty. It's like the American Championship.
What about Frank, the ring announcer? I knew that was gonna happen, man. I seen the
What?
little sign.
Frank the ring announcer. That's another one that wants to wrestle. He could be on my list.
Frank?
You can have a hardcore match, Chris Blackheart.
I haven't seen Frank in a week and a half, so usually it comes down to the.
Do we have any
Training
comments
center.
on the page, Daniel, today?
Yeah, Frank's like, yeah, that's my hometown. When you were saying about Taunton,
Frank who?
Which
he
Frank?
said, "Hey, Frank, the ring announcer, that's my hometown. Take it easy."
Well, you know.
Isn't that Joel Davis's hometown?
Is that a challenge?
It
that
is.
he's
It
using?
is Joel
Is that a
Davis's
challenge he's using?
Is that a challenge, Frank?
It almost. I mean, it does. Okay, I'm not biased.
Do you have an extra ring announcer? Just in case something happens to this one?
I'll Google. Let me see.
You
Google.
you just never
Where
know.
can I go to the wrestling store and get a ring announcer?
You just never know what's going to happen, Chris Blackheart. You just never know what kind
Hey,
of
came
move-
up. Hey, hey, Nate, what are you doing?
Yeah, okay.
All right, thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank,
So,
that we'll be happy to not make the match for you. How's that?
so on that note, Chris Blackheart, you know, a lot of things also happening in other outlets.
You want to go down this quick?
I mean, let's give it to him right now. You know, I'm in that kind of a mood.
Are you sure?
You know, I'm kind of like a little bit thirsty and in the mood for some real American beer. Not sponsored, but you know. Yeah, earlier today we saw some whining and crying and moaning by one. What's her name again? Linda.
Straight out of the trailer park.
Yeah, Danny, you want
You wanna
to
show the
play
clip?
that clip?
So it looks like somebody from West Warwick, the balls of West Warwick.
My family is in the worst mess. Brooke doesn't talk to us. She's had twins. She got married. She didn't tell us. She had twins. She didn't tell us. She had a huge fight with Terry. I don't know how that reflected onto me, but she cut me out too. I haven't talked to her for 7 years, almost 8 years now. And God bless Nick. He's still such a good boy. I've never put a Facebook post out like this with my ugly face and my crying face, but I have to be honest about what I went through in my marriage with Terry as Hulk Hogan and what it entailed and what it has caused over the years and everything else. He's a complete liar. He is a sex addict. Your face out there and know that all these horrible things are going on behind the scenes. Yet he marches on. He marches on like, yeah, oh, I'm promoting my own beer, real American beer. Yeah, look at me. Woo! Yeah, he's such a hero, right? Not. Okay, I'm going to give him my thumbs down. I've given him more opportunities to come back and make us a family and try to, I'm sorry, it's so sad. My family is in the worst.
Are we back? Yeah. I gotta wipe my.
I want to make sure.
I can't contain myself from all the bullshit I just heard. This is the same woman that cleaned Hogan dried
Oh, let's see how much you got. Linda Hogan. Let's see how much.
about 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. This bitch got a mansion and millions of dollars. And now she reappears, bitching, crying, and moaning how horrible Hulk Hogan is. How horrible. How much money does she get?
I'm trying to look at
$3 million in property settlement, 40% ownership of Hulk Hogan's companies. They liquidated 70% of their property, I guess, assets and everything. So she took them to the dryers, the cleaners, I should say.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
now,
no, she did take it to the dryers because everything is shrinking.
So now this fucking woman comes back and she puts on an act how horrible Hulk Hogan is. You know, I'm just waiting for Hollywood Hogan to come out of the background and give her the freaking big boot to the face. I mean, it looks like she took it already. So, you know, that's besides the point. But Chris Blackheart, you know, you say I'm in a pissy mood.
No, I literally saw this like half an hour before we came on, and I didn't know who it was at first.
Looked like she got stung by a bunch of bees.
Supposedly in that she has some Botox issues. They bruised her.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, anyone break that down? So she's mad. Brooke hasn't spoke to Hulk in 2 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But she hasn't spoken to her in 8 years. Yeah.
So who was the problem?
Maybe it has a little bit something to do with her fucking her kid's friend that was like 19 years old.
She was so proud of that.
That could be it, right?
She was a cougar on that. She was so happy. Danny, any articles you want to reference on that?
Yeah, this girl. She looks like something that crawled out of a
I
trailer.
mean, and I know we're probably gonna get tuned up by people. Oh, so look at these guys. They're
Hey, I didn't post it. You know, my question is right, and this is an honest answer. I look like she's hurting for whatever reason, but I think it has nothing to do with Hogan, nothing to do with the family.
No.
I think, and this sounds
She
absolutely
just her
shitty,
about real American beer.
if you know her, reach out to her. I think there's a mental issue there.
Dr. Blackheart.
Somebody do a mental check, please. Right?
Wellness check was Blackheart.
Wellness check, med check.
Attention, Dr. Williams. If you're in the house, you know, they might need 2 or 3 fingers for you to go in and give her a rectal exam and make sure that
Someone should check her because she is not stable. How long ago did they get divorced?
Like 10 years.
Yeah,
Close to 10 years.
Yeah. And why bring it up? The fact that he moved on, obviously, he's had 2 ex-wives.
Well, yeah, he's
Right?
going on the second one now. It's a
Oh, man.
45-year-old.
We're supposed to talk about that. All right. 1 ex-wife.
Yep, and a hot one that I think he married her too.
Yeah. Right? Beer company. He reinvented himself. He got over the relationship.
I mean,
You
you
know?
know, she has given Hogan a bunch of chances to come back. Well, guess
to take
what?
more?
Newsflash, he doesn't want to fucking come back. And this is why, she's popping around. I don't know. She probably ran through that money she got.
Well, okay. So how many surgeries has Hogan had over the years supporting her that she got money from?
Well, he's had like 6, 7 hip replacements, like 13 back surgeries.
All the years when him laying the leg drop, right?
Yeah.
She got paid for it.
Well,
What kind of surgeries did she get for the family?
I think she got a tit job and probably a bunch of facelifts.
Maybe a lip job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard, huh?
Yeah.
So,
What the hell is that growing on her face? She's got like 2.
She got like 2.
That was the Botox, supposedly.
Those were 2 moles. And like I said, she looked like she got stung by a bunch of bees. I don't know what the hell she was doing down in Tampa, but, Linda, let me tell you something, brother. Take a fucking hike.
She needs a big boot to the face.
Yeah. Well, it looked like shit. Like I said, it looked like she got a big boot to the face, Danny. Any comments now?
Aiden Carroll said she's mad because she can't pay for Botox anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's looking for Hogan to come back and pay for it.
Yeah, no, it's...
That's what I mean. Like she looking for money. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't go back to her maiden name.
Oh, Alex says you're big talking when he's not around.
Who?
Alex Rated.
Alex Raden's in the chat. Well, that's the safest spot for Alex Rated to be, in his house, behind the computer. I mean, this is 90% of the people we got. I'm safe. What happened when I was there live? Was I the one getting bloodied and carried out of the building?
Well, all right. So we didn't get into this. So Alex, I like Alex, right?
But you like Alex now?
No. I always thought Alex is a nice guy, good talent. He had a long injury.
He's a good supporting role.
Good supporting role.
Good supporting
He's a good
actress or actor.
He's a good B role, but
yeah.
People forget you've been working when he wasn't around, right?
Well,
he literally came in, stole your spotlight. He was very happy.
That's smart.
He did, and he thought that you should be happy for him stealing something from you. Again, I like Alex, right? It was your work. your match,
Exactly.
right? And he
See,
came
so
in.
finally Chris
No,
Blackheart.
I'm always on this page, right?
Finally, Chris
No.
Blackheart's on the same page.
No,
here.
and no. Oh,
You want to join?
yeah,
you
you-
want to join the group? Huh?
no, I don't know who's in the group.
You want to go
I
on a
don't.
mission?
I don't trust the group. I don't think I should. I don't.
I mean, we don't have to.
I may
See,
not be qualified.
We go
to be
back,
in the
Chris
mission. I
Blackheart.
know we do. I
and
know.
we
but-
speak about this.
Yeah.
You don't have to like everybody
Yes.
in
Which I
order to
usually
work. In order to work business.
don't. That is
for
true.
people.
That is true.
You know,
He's saying he's going to show up and try to do it to his face.
Right, but
he's gonna have that time come April.
no, it
And
Alex.
I'm going to suggest to Alice not to bring his family, leave him at home, because what I did to him at March anniversary
yeah, that-
could be
that was
worse
bad.
come April the 11th.
He said he needs to tell his part of the story, but he's going to do it to your face.
What story?
No, I mean,
Him coming out stealing my
yeah,
spot.
I bet that's what I saw.
Him coming out stealing
that's-
my pin
Yep.
when I had Rambo pin.
I saw that.
You know, what story?
Wait.
Are you joining Linda Well, I was going to say McMahon, but, you know.
So my question
Apparently
is,
with
right,
her face, I mean, Linda McMahon's probably better looking at this point.
if Alex didn't interfere in your match, right? Would you have interfered in the last match with the Rainbow? Would all this happen?
See, now you're trying to get an answer.
No, just did Alex cause everything?
That's a good question.
I'm asking the question, Alex. You're on the chat there.
that's-
Did you cause?
That's a
right?
good question.
Did you cause Matt Thompson to not be successful?
No. Matt
Right?
Thompson caused
No, but-
Matt Thompson not to be
Right?
successful.
Did he cause you to go down that road where you are now? Very
Showcase Pro Wrestling and this so-called committee might have caused
No,
Matt Thompson
nah.
to not be successful.
He's saying you get
Well, okay.
nervous because you're forgetting her name, though. You forgot Linda's
What are
name,
we in?
too.
What are we in? 5th grade? He's trying to do school jokes, bud.
Linda
You know.
McMahon, don't matter. Linda Hogan.
I would
They're
suggest.
both X's. Let's put that.
I
out.
would suggest it's 9:30. I would suggest he goes take his Tylenol that he probably still on or whatever medication he's on.
Yeah, Danny, can you ask him? Did he get
yeah.
the stitches out yet?
What are you saying? April 11th in Taunton there? He's gonna.
Yeah,
He's got questions and he's gonna have some
All right.
answers.
Ask him. Did he take the staples out or stitches? You want to ask him that? Which one?
So Alex said, "Do you take the staples out with stitches?"
Yeah.
Next time he says anything pathetic like that, we're just gonna boot him off the chat.
Yeah, so Alex, he does now. Now I want questions. I want some questions answered.
You want to have him call in?
Today? You don't want to take the call today, do you? Yeah.
Why would we
Why
want to
don't-
hear him speak?
Why don't we get some mileage out of it? Why don't we schedule him like 2 weeks from now? How's that? Maybe 3 weeks.
What? When you're gonna talk to him from the hospital? I'm gonna put him in after.
No, we're talking
April
before.
11th?
Talking before,
Oh, okay, all right.
right?
Yeah.
No. So we can advertise on Alex. You may have a fan or two from New Bedford that wants to dial in.
Oh, of course. That's another one of those dumb cities. That,
No,
you know,
but I mean it's
New Bedford.
Yeah.
We go way back in New Bedford.
yeah. New Bedford did not like that.
Talk about the bottom of the barrel.
Yes.
He says, "Never mind the phone. Or he wants to talk to you in the ring, face to
Well,
face."
now, Alex, we will give you the opportunity
Oh wait, hold on.
the week of
Hold on.
to call in, all right?
My
Tell your
nerves.
side of the story
I'm shaking here.
and maybe apologize for.
Apologize.
I didn't say you. I said him. He interfered.
I
in
don't
your
want no
match.
apologies.
All right, so
What I'm gonna have and I'm gonna take is that belt he's carrying around because it's mine. And like I said, I got plans for that belt.
well, my question is, and no one has asked this. How's Rambo about this?
Rambo's doing great. Is that the question?
No,
You're
but
asking about his nose?
No, but he lost. He lost the title. I know he was very proud of being a dual
He's
champion.
doing great. You know, this is all gonna lead to great things for Showcase, maybe. But I know for Rambo, Brian Starr, and I, it's definitely gonna lead to great things. So leave it at that.
He said he doesn't care about doctor's orders or a few stitches.
All right, no. I mean that's more than fine, but
Yeah, he's quite the valiant guy now from the comfort of his home. Huh?
it does sound very familiar. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
that everybody.
sounds like all the yuckos we deal
Yes,
with.
everybody's a great challenger when there's air in between.
You had a bunch of those last week.
Oh, I loved them last
They
week.
were rambling their mouths about Blackheart not paying the light bill and him looking like a goof in the dark.
Vampire.
Some of them were funny, to say the least. And look at what we have now on the screen. Yeah, we saw that one. Another match for the 11th. AZ. Consistent one. AZ taking on the rehab junkie, Christopher Spratt.
So just let you know, AZ appreciated you reaching out to him, by the way.
Should, some of these guys need some guidance, and now
Now you want to do it. Why
I'm
is it when I do it, but when you do it, were you recruiting?
not recruiting, but if they are going to share our locker room,
What do you mean your locker room?
like I said, if they are going to share our locker room, they need some guidance. So, everybody's got to be on the same page. And Christopher Spratt,
Wow.
taking many of these.
What? As much as
What's going on with the committee?
It's herbal tea.
No, as much as I like Cerveza.
That's BS. There's
right?
no herbal tea. I mean, he's getting drunk. The
Yeah.
other one's getting
Well,
high.
Didn't I tell them that they go down that path, bad things would happen. At my
you got the
anniversary?
people cheering. Obviously, you got all these idiots
I don't
cheering.
like it.
Cheers,
Yeah, and
herbal tea,
yeah.
medicine, all this. We got kids cheering that stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that. So Spratt, Spratt deserved to lose, but
Spratt
I don't think
deserves
he
a
learned.
beating. That's what he.
But I don't
deserves.
think he deserved to get his head shaved.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would have.
That
If you're
made it
watching
look
this,
straight.
AZ, look at this. Danny's
after I
posing.
lost, they got me
Danny's
herbal tea.
posing with beers. That one in the middle,
Yeah.
the goof in the middle, is the one that deserves to get his head shaved. I'm gonna talk to AZ about that.
All right. Well.
Maybe we need to chop his hair off.
Yeah, after I lost, they got me some herbal tea to calm me down.
That looks like beer to
No,
me,
but
Daniel.
the problem is this is wrestling. This is not herbal tea in or beer. And you want to have that? That's the Saturday
This
night.
is why the losers lost the belts.
I told you, so I can't feel sorry for them. And Candido, congratulations for literally finding a title because let's be honest with you, your newfound friends did a lot of the heavy lifting that night.
So, on that note, going back to that match, is a one-on-one matchup, captain's match.
Yes,
And
I
the
do
other
like it.
two will be bound to a corner, handcuffed to a corner.
Yeah.
Which, in all fairness, Michelson shouldn't be handcuffed anyway. I mean, when's the last time he ever interfered in any matches?
I do watch a lot of interference from him.
I don't know.
But-
I've never seen it with my own eyes. So,
In all fairness, he does have a manager license too.
well, that's what I'm saying.
So, and that's
The only one that should be held to, and speaking of being held and handcuffed to a pole, you know a thing or two about that. Danny's last partner was disappear when he was handcuffed to a
yeah,
pole.
Dan, you ever find your
Yeah,
partner?
we haven't seen him since.
So that could be great. We'll probably finally never see Damien again.
It could be. Why?
Could be a great night. So that happens April 11th, back in Taunton, back at the BFW Hall. Hopefully we don't get, so many questionable smelling individuals in the building that night. Other than, one that smells like a rat that's going to be in the ring against yours truly, Alex Raven. The biggest rata ever. See, now you got me tuned up. I'll save this for later. I'm carrying it in my sock now, just in case.
Hey, you carry something too. I don't think we carry the same thing.
All right, Daniel. What do we got? We got anything else there?
Nope, just Frank Roach is saying hello, and Cowboy Willie, and other people in the chat room saying hello.
Yeah, no Cowboy Willie today.
Yep.
Hello. People want to say hello, Chris Blackheart. You want to say hello to these people?
No, I don't. I hate when people say, "Can you please say hello to fill in the
You're
blank.
the one with the hellos now. I'm not in
No,
a
no, I don't-
hello
I don't do
type of
hellos.
mood tonight. But, going into wrestling news, Daniel, we're getting geared up. That other company's getting geared up for in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks now.
Still is 3 weeks from now, right?
WrestleMania 41 comes live from Vegas, Sin City.
Are you
I might go celebrate after the beatdown I'm going to put on Alex Raiden again. I might take the belt down there and, go see some people and talk about how to put a rat down. Speaking of rats, Danny just pulled out the first match as Cody Rhodes,
that's a big one.
the former champion, taking on John Cena. What a great change of attitude by Cena. Huh?
Do you know what I was hoping for? I want him to go back to his old school gear when he first started.
No.
That's what I was hoping.
A lot of people are hoping that.
I was hoping that
He's not catering
no, just
again
for
to the
him.
morons, to the crybabies, to the softies online. He's not catering to them. This is great.
No, but I thought he always wore what he wore for all these years, so people could dress like him. Very simple outfit.
I was disappointed that the old man is mad at him.
He is.
Yeah.
Why? He should be happy. The kid broke
He's
out
upset.
on his own.
What's wrong with him?
Well, I'll have a talk with John. And that's I've known John for years, actually almost a couple of decades now. We usually never talk about his son. But
He's actually really distraught by
well,
this.
maybe we'll have a conversation with him.
I mean, this is great. He should be congratulating his kid for finally doing something useful.
What,
Getting rid of all these people that have been a diversion for all these years.
It's a lot of pressure too.
It's funny with John. He managed me for about a year or so. For the first year, I had no clue it was his father
Yeah,
because he went by Johnny Fabulous.
yeah.
So the whole time I was like, he kept hearing people saying, "Oh, how's your son doing?" When they asked him, "Who's your son?" He goes, "Oh, it's Cena." Like, no.
And this is why Danny got eliminated from the Rumble.
Yeah.
Danny, I'm gonna have to have a word with you after we go off air here. But yeah, Cena, great. I think it's great what he's doing. Keep up the good work. Never mind all these kids asking for hand-me-downs. We know it's all a work. They're asking for all these
They're not
witch.
asking for
They're asking for
the
hand-me-downs.
Come on, it's really nice that he.
No more hand-me-downs for anybody. That's great.
not hand-me-down.
My prediction already, because Blackheart, John Cena becomes 17-time world champion.
What, you want to put the news
Breaking
on
the
that?
record from that other old man
Supposedly,
that's probably joining Linda Hogan now.
that could be actually.
They could be a couple.
I was just thinking
Go
that
do
too.
Botox together.
But supposedly, Flair's been very vocal about it. If he does it, he won't allow it. He's going to jump the rail, make sure that he doesn't break his record.
Flair jumping into the ring with Cena.
Yeah.
It's like a midget jumping in the ring with a Big Show.
No, but I mean,
He'll probably put him out of his misery and do us all a favor.
but,
Stay home, Rick. I used to like you when you were
I like Rick.
Ric
but,
Flair, the dirtiest player in the game,
Yeah.
and now you're like the biggest whiner in the game. Stay home. What's the next match we got on?
So we got 4 scheduled matches. John Cena and Cody, and then you got the Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair.
That match, I don't know, is looking like it's going to be a triple threat, even though they did set up for a match to happen this week, I believe, with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, I believe, are wrestling for the belt. I think that match is still going to be a triple threat. And, I think Io Sky is going to keep the belt.
And people in the chat, let us know what you think. Who you think's going to win, Cena or Cody, or Io Sky or Bianca?
Now, that match, I heard, I don't know, it could be rumbles that, Steve Austin might be at WrestleMania. It might be, it might be some type of tag team match happening one of these nights.
Well, people forget that Austin does live in Vegas now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing those some type of off-road races and stuff too. I've seen that he's doing so.
And he's in phenomenal shape.
Yes, so he's been getting ready. Could we see a match with Cody aligning himself with Austin against Cena and The Rock on the first night of WrestleMania?
That's interesting.
He has a question too. If Cena does win the title, does he extend his retirement tour, or does he quit?
No, he's
It's
going
still long. No,
he's going to continue till the end of the year.
Yeah, he said he wants to retire. He said he wants to take the belt home.
So
He wants to ruin it all.
He does. He wants to take it out. And let's be honest, he's had the title, for the last almost 2 decades. He's been the man. So
see, even Cena got plans with that belt when he
Yeah.
wins it. That makes 2. It is.
Gino didn't have plans if they won it.
Who's that?
Danny.
Danny did have plans. He said he was going to bring it out here and he was going to have it on the podcast.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
So what's the
It was supposed to
breaking
be- It was
news?
supposed to be right here.
What's the breaking news with Gunther and Uso?
So yeah, Gunther and Uso.
That's another World Championship match. Gunther against Jey Uso. Not looking forward to that one.
I'm not looking forward to that.
I mean, last year's WrestleMania, you saw brother against brother. I mean, they've been together since the inside of their mother's.
That was only
stuff.
last year.
Yes, and it
wow.
was the drizzling shits.
Man, I was hoping
So,
to forget about. I thought I would have said it was 3 years ago
Yeah.
because I forgot about that. That was.
That's probably a good thing
I
you
did-
forgot about
I
that.
did-
man.
I did not.
I actually went back and watched it to see if it was better
Yeah.
on film. You know how when you
Yeah.
have a stinker,
Yeah.
sometimes you go back and it didn't look so
Yeah.
bad on tape. No, it was.
Yeah, I didn't like.
Yeah, it was. It was a stinker.
It seems like him and his brother realigned on Raw the other night.
Oh, what is his brother taking a spot? Or?
So his brother is supposed to challenge him. It was a Raw. Raw. I'm sorry. This coming Raw is supposed to be Gunther versus the other.
My prediction: Gunther remains the champion. Hopefully, after this, I mean, for the spot that Jay it's in right now, he doesn't need a title. The people already like him for whatever reason. I mean, obviously, we know the reasons. It's 2025. We got a lot of brainless idiots roaming around, so they get into brainless idiots just like them. So he's got a cult following of those. But yeah, I believe Gunther should keep that title, and I think that's what's gonna happen.
All right.
Come WrestleMania.
So Chris said he's gonna be yeeting all over the place if he wins.
Who's gonna be?
Jey Uso, Chris Blackheart, yeah.
Chris Blackheart.
Yeah.
Chris Blackheart doesn't like hip hop music.
I don't. But you know what? You'll appreciate this. When I was talking to your friend a short time ago,
What friend?
your old friend Alex said he's one of your buddies, right? Bad Bunny, right?
What did Alex have to say?
He's telling me about Bad Bunny has a concert down in Puerto Rico and may do a special.
He's got a residency down in Puerto Rico.
They may do something special down there for the people. And
Yeah, he's
I thought
Bad
that-
Bunny's has a residency, and he's bringing tourism from all over the world
Awesome.
down to the island. That's something that a winner does. So I don't know why the conversation with Alex.
No, I just remember when I was talking to Alex, throughout the week, and he mentioned that to me. I'm like, oh, that's really good. I thought I would get your input.
Like I said, yeah, that's a conversation we should be having. Winners. Why would you be talking to a loser?
Well, because he's the one who brought it up.
About something-
It was
Of
about
course he
culture
brought it
and
up.
Puerto Rico and heritage, and
He's Puerto Rican.
I think he was or is.
We're not claiming him anymore.
Can you do that?
He's kicked off.
You can strip people of heritage?
Yes,
Or-
yes, indeed.
So he's not Puerto Rican. Caribbean?
I don't care where he goes. He's just not Puerto Rican.
No,
anymore.
Puerto, all right, so now,
Especially in Showcase.
all right, so I'll have to, Frank, if you do make it to announce on the next coming shows, so we'll have to revamp your cards and make sure, could say formerly from Puerto Rico or
Let's not even bring
never
that up.
was Puerto Rican or.
Who knows what he was?
All right, so maybe we got to change it. I mean, we could go to 23andMe and do an DNA test. Oh wait a minute, they closed.
No.
Oh, they went bankrupt.
So
I'm
Danny,
sorry, Alex.
Danny pulled out another matchup that's gonna be happening at WrestleMania.
Speaking of records, man, she's closing. How many championships?
Tiffany. taking on Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship.
The
It's
Queen.
almost like before and after. It was like Flair 10 years ago versus herself.
So, for this to happen on the same night, I don't know if it's going to happen on night one or the second night, but for it to be happening in the same event as John Cena going for the same, I don't know about how I feel about this.
It's different. It's totally different. I mean, I think for her to win it because her dad, I like the connection to a degree, but careers are totally different. We mentioned this numerous times. Careers are different, paths are different.
It just reminds me of the same thing I just went through.
Yeah.
Why is she trying to scope out Cena's moment?
Yeah.
Cena should beat the hell out of her.
Yeah.
I mean, we have equality, right?
Well, everybody wants to be equal until
Yep.
they are.
We have
but-
intergender matches.
Well, maybe that. Hey, send that email. Change it. Ask.
Cena should just bring back the FU.
Yeah. Why don't we change that match? Shitty, right? WWE. Ask The
Yeah.
Rock. Cena versus Flair.
Yep.
She's going for a 15th world title. Currently 14-time champion.
Oh, so she's
Yeah,
not
but
even
that-
in the race.
No, but that means she's lost it more in 10 years than her dad lost in like 30 years.
We have any other comments on the chat line?
Nope.
It's been quiet since the lights are on, Chris Blackheart.
Well, maybe let's
They,
come off
they
again.
love it when the lights are on. Maybe we need to shut them off so they can start.
Nah, it is what it is, man.
So,
For the Queen.
have you been catching up on any other wrestling other than WWE? I mean, there was a lot of talks about the deal with Moxley and Edge, that matchup.
Yeah, I did see that, and
I did hear Jim Cornette's
I've been looking. Well, when did it drop? I love Corny.
last week. He thought
Yeah, I
it was
gotta look-
garbage.
Yeah, I gotta look and see because I'm sure he went nuts. But the question is why? People are like, why at Moxie? He doesn't have to do this, right? Why is he doing it?
He enjoys it.
I don't know.
He enjoys
And then-
he enjoys getting bloody and bloodying other people.
Yeah, but
Nothing wrong with
it was
that.
a match. It was him and Edge, and I'm like, why?
See, the problem was he didn't impale Edge instead of him getting the nails or screws or whatever it was in
Yeah,
that.
I don't know what's in it, man, but
Looked
I don't-
ugly.
it did.
You still got the rumors going around about Shane McMahon roaming around AEW.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
well, no, we'll find out because
There's also a rumor about Tony Khan wrestling
What?
at some point.
No,
I did hear about that.
he's like the modern day version of Pee Wee Herman.
Well, it's AEW we're talking about.
Yeah, no.
So,
Tony.
We got some goose from the internet wrestling.
Can somebody protect Tony from himself?
We just talked about it. We asked that guy that does internet, YouTube or Instagram or Facebook videos with his son.
Yep.
He's wrestling on shows now. Kid came in and powerbombed somebody. That would have never happened.
No.
I know certain people have taken power bombs from the corner.
Like who?
Not gonna mention any names. Those individuals know who they are.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of along the same lines,
Yeah, I won't tell Danny. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. He might not want to take any power bombs coming on the 5th. If the two cripples, or whatever we're calling them nowadays, make that night.
You mentioned Uncle Corny. Have you listened to Bradshaw and Briscoe podcast?
Haven't listened to it yet. I seen
It's
some of
good.
the older episodes,
Yeah.
like the stuff they got on YouTube.
Well,
But,
they have the this last week they dropped the author of Who Killed WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I thought happened. But he gets into detail of the book of what really happened with WCW.
I might have to,
Yeah,
watch the video.
Yeah, no, it was good, and it came down to, in typical corporate fashion, people didn't want it. They started taking the money away, like they were saying how in WCW that, like, let's say they spent $500,000 for a set,
Mm-hmm.
so they spent $500 for a set expense, but in the same show there was no revenue. wherever you go. It was like numerous pages of different accounting, and supposedly a lot of the executives would get bonuses if they had a profit. So WCW, the money was being moved around different places, so other divisions could get profit. So,
Well, that and then, Turner, the broadcasting company was never a fan of wrestling. They were more invested into the Atlanta Braves and every other thing that they had going. Wrestling was never
well, the problem
a
was
big thing for them people.
when Turner was involved, he loved wrestling because people didn't realize it gave all he had Andy Griffin, he had the Braves,
Yeah.
and then they had George Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
So when he bought it, it gave him programming.
Yes.
But what the problem they had was, I guess Turner had a different way of doing his books for various reasons. So, and that was one of the issues. And then the problem was when they sold it. Again, it was a money issue. And even when Eric Bischoff tried to buy it with Fusion, I guess, and I'm getting up to that part in the podcast, is when they got up to that, Fusion was going to buy it, but the problem was they had a clause regarding the TV, because that was the main thing.
Yeah.
The TV was the main thing, that without TV, the new owners of WCW knew they were dead.
Yeah, you're not buying anything if you're not buying the TV. So yeah, that was a main thing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously for Vince, it was a goal. He had television, so he was gonna just migrate that over. But at the same time, listening to one podcast I did listen to or watch, the Chris Van Vliet one with Lex Luger, and he talks about them paying him for 3 years in order for him not to go to WWF.
Yeah, I mean that's
And I mean, there was a lot of those other guys that did get paid for an extended amount of time in order for them not to go work over for Vince. So
yeah, and I mean obviously the accounting issue was not the only issue. The product was an issue at the end. Guys getting paid and not working, that was a whole issue too. So
it was like
not one thing killed it, but
it's a combination of multiple things, especially giving all that control to the boys.
you can't
Like name your own price, you know.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So that's unfortunate, because then going back to what we talked about on those other people in corporate that didn't know about the wrestling product for 83 weeks, that was the
huge.
biggest thing going on cable television. And for those people not to realize that, they're idiots.
No, they didn't.
You think baseball was giving them those ratings?
Nope.
So, Danny's playing around with are we showing this on screen, Danny, or no?
No.
Okay, so.
Well, why don't we do a final wrap up? We have some real deal plugs going on.
Yes, let's go to that segment. Where in the world is the real deal Joe Davis? And he's going to be on April 12th at the Tyra Club to benefit Rhody Elite. That's a benefit comedy show for Julio's football program. It's going to be a great night of comedy at the Tyra Club in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Tickets are available on that night at the door, as well as if you click on the poster, QR code on that poster, you will get to see the link there to buy tickets.
Is that the 24th?
Then the April 24th, he's going to be at Marasco's in Cranston, Rhode Island for another night of comedy, keeping it real with Joel Davis. He sent some other dates. You got them there? You want to go through those?
Yep, the Tyra Club, then
Yeah, we
Marasco.
passed that one, Danny. Let's get into the other ones he sent.
Was there a third one? I think that was.
May 23rd.
Yep, 23rd, yeah.
So if you want to read that, I can't see from far.
Yeah, it's Keeping It Real comedy show, and that's in, where is it?
44 Beck Street in Attleboro, the Sweet
Attleboro,
Oh,
House.
Massachusetts.
So
Yeah.
he's going to Attleboro, Massachusetts on
7
May the
p.m.
23rd, 7 p.m. show. QR code on that poster too. And you could go, and when we post this live feed, you could go back and,
That's not bad. $55, you get a dinner and a comedy show.
Oh, Danny likes the dinner.
Oh, Danny. So, Danny, for 110, you can have 2 dinners.
Yeah. We got another date there.
Yep, and keeping it going. The Sweet House, Keeping It Real comedy tour. And this is April 25th. It's a dinner and a show again.
So the
It's
real
just
deal,
Attleboro.
the real deal is giving you deals.
Yep, 4 shows. It's got
No
lined up
pun
already.
intended.
Oh, there's another one here too. on June 6th. The Real Deal, and that's in Seafood and Comedy, Raynham, Massachusetts.
So all those shows, Real Deal Comedy. If you go to Joel's page on Facebook, Real Deal Fitness and Conditioning, follow Joel there. He has all the events on that page, and you can stay tuned to the pod. We'll be plugging those as they get closer along in the next couple weeks there. But the next one, he's back. New and improved comedy show with The Real Deal. It'll be April 12th at the Tire Club in Woonsocket, right down the street from us. So
That is perfect.
you get to go live. We'll be
We
in the
will.
house.
We will be. Actually, we have a busy day in Woonsocket that day. We have a birthday party at the training center, which is awesome for anyone, literally kids, adults from all ages. If you want the ultimate birthday party, reach out at showcaseperson.com. SP Wrestling, the best birthday party ever. We typically like doing those on weekends.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're a busy day. We have a birthday party that day, and then I know the kid has softball that day. His tournaments are starting.
Of course,
So
Blackheart's so excited for softball.
it is cold.
Yeah,
It is
like I
cold
said,
for
he's
that
so excited for softball. But on that note, we're back there as well, April 5th for Saturday night, Showcase Saturday night in Woonsocket. April the 11th, we're back in Taunton, Massachusetts at the BFW Hall. And just tomorrow night, we'll be in Woonsocket at the training center for the seminar with Austin Aries. There you see it on screen. You can hit that QR code in the bottom left corner of the poster. And still some spots available. You can show up at the training center tomorrow night and get some learning going there if you want to invest in yourself. And then the following night, Saturday night, we return to the Sturbridge Host Hotel in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, 7 p.m. bell time, with the return to New England of Austin Aries taking on MLW superstar BRG, as well as PCO, the Canadian Monster, the Canadian Idiot, trying to take my title, which is not going to happen. We'll see all that and more Saturday night, March 29th at the Sturbridge Host Hotel. You can still get tickets at the door for that event, or if you hit that QR code in the flyer. Before we leave tonight, we've had some passings on a serious note.
We did.
We've had some passings of some of our brothers in the wrestling business. One that I got to work with several years ago, big guy Ben Steele, great kid. Unfortunate what happened in the ring. I want to send my condolences out to Vince's family. I hope that the Lord has taken him in, and may he rest in peace. As well as we had another loss in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican wrestling legend, the son of Jose Estrada, Rico Suave, passed away. Also during the same time, he was ill, and I believe he was waiting to have heart surgery, and he unfortunately passed. So, my condolences to the Estrada family, Jose and his brothers. May he rest in peace, and you could find comfort. As well as another wrestler that also passed away in the ring. If you want to pull it out, Danny. One of the students of Sammy Callahan. This happened last week.
Oh, it sucks, man.
Well, Danny pops that in. This is live, so.
Well, then we had one more former announcer for World Class Championship Wrestling, Bill Mercer. I remember growing up watching him on Fox 25. He was a huge part of the World Class family, so that was sad. Again, Bill's an older dude, probably in his late 80s by now.
Yeah, it's been a rough one for the professional wrestling world in the last couple of weeks, and you know, unfortunate, you know, all this passings going on, and you know, definitely something that we don't like to see happening. But may they all rest in peace, and you know, what
Stay safe. That's the only thing you can do.
yeah, you know, it's unfortunate. But for tonight, you know, it's bad to leave on this note, but you know, that's all we have for tonight.
That's it. Cheers. Thank you, Linda.
You want to cry for Linda?
I'm not, Linda, I'm not crying for you.
You're such a horrible person, Hogan. Well, for that theatric encounter, or what do you say to something like that? Bad acting,
Yeah.
bad publicity
Not
stuff.
buying it. No, I don't even think the worst police departments in the world would buy that acting. Oh, wait a minute.
Was Linda fully functional, or when she did this video, or
She could have been.
okay?
Oh, she was, but it
Well.
took her 8 years to log on.
Well, on that note, you know, that's all we got for this week. For Dan Badandi, the Boss Blackheart, I am Don Vega. We'll see you right back here next week at the Showcase Pod.